That's what I thought you said. Now let me offer this as a rebuttal.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Cry me a river.
What up, y'all? It's your boy, M.A.D Micah, and I'm back at it again with another installment of M.A.D Talks. Today, we're going to be talking about a little bit of a touchy subject, especially after the big day just passed a couple days ago. I think it might have been yesterday, maybe, Valentine's Day. I didn't have a Valentine. I still went out to dinner, though. You know, did my thing, had a good time, enjoyed some laughs. So, how was you guys' Valentine's Day? Do you guys have someone special to you in your heart? Do you cherish every moment with somebody? Are you watching this video with someone else right now? Just make sure that you hold on to them, cherish them, love them. Hopefully one day you won't have to rewatch this video and jot any notes down. But for those of us who are out there single and we've got somebody in our hearts that we're not just we're not sure how to detach all the way or let go, this video is for you. So today we're going to be talking about how to get over your ex. And the short answer to that is you don't. Gotcha.
Hold on. That grape has seed in it. Since when do grapes have seeds? I guess I buy them seedless, but and there is grape seed oil. I never thought about it before.
But yeah, y'all, you don't. You get over the feeling of wanting to be with somebody, but getting over someone that you have deemed in your heart at one point that you loved, it just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. It's unheard of. Love is scary. It takes you by surprise. You really don't have any control over it, honestly. And when it's gone, it's gone. It might come again in a different form or a different person later on in life, after you've learned things about yourself, after you've learned why things didn't work out or whatever. But once you love somebody, you love them. I promise you, if they ever, as much as you feel like you hate your ex or whatever, if they passed away, you would be devastated. And that's just the truth of it. That's the fact of the matter. Unless they did something horrible to you, and we're never talking about like touchy subjects. We're talking about normal, everyday, we didn't work out because of arguing, or we didn't work out because we just weren't getting along, or stuff like that. I'm not talking about any type of abuse. And because, listen, people talk about abuse in such different ways, and I'm not saying that it's okay for any type of abuse. I'm just saying that physical abuse gets put so high above emotional and verbal and mental abuse that it kind of just gets subsided. And a lot of relationships end because of emotional, mental, or verbal abuse. And people don't really talk about it. A lot of people just let that shit go. They let that shit slide, later on down in life. After they've calmed down from the whole situation, they say it doesn't matter. It does, because when you are deeply connected with somebody, they know you inside and out, black and white. They know you. As long as you're if you're saying that you love somebody, you've let them into, you've become vulnerable around this person. So they know you inside and out. Like, they literally can read you like a book. And when somebody knows you on that deep of a level, it kind of blurs the lines between respect and disrespect in a certain way. I'm not saying that it's okay. I'm just saying that people will start to use the things that you've confided in them against you just because they're upset with you. And that's where disrespect starts to come in, and that's where the emotional, mental, and verbal abuse starts to come in. And people don't understand that in most situations, men are more physically abusive. Yes, I'm not making up for that. I'm not saying that that's okay, anything like that. I am not making up for abuse in any type of way. I'm just saying, statistically, men are more physically abusive than women are because men are normally bigger than women and they have worse anger issues. But women in most situations are very emotionally, mentally, and verbally abusive to their partner, their spouse, their man, their whatever. And it just gets looked over. It gets looked over. And I'm gonna dive deeper on all of this later in a different video. But I just feel like a lot of us men out there, and a lot of women too, like a lot of people allow people to talk to them any old type of way just because they say that they love them. And I'm not saying that you should love anybody any less, but I do say that you should put your foot down. I do say that you should cross the line somewhere. I do say that you should let somebody know how you feel, because you're gonna let somebody get away that honestly your problems could have been sorted out if you guys just learned how to talk to each other. But since you've just allowed so much disrespect to go on and on and on and on and on, now you're at the point where you guys low-key hate each other. And yes, you may still have some type of love for this person, but you guys have pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed to the point that when you say anything that bothers you, they're annoyed. Your partner is automatically annoyed, or you're annoyed with them, you know? And it's stuff like that that just gets looked over in today's society, because there's so many worse things that people are breaking up for. You know, they're breaking up because of domestic violence. They're breaking up because of cheating. They're breaking up because of baby mamas they didn't know about. They're breaking up because of all these things. But any and every situation I've been in, we separated because of emotional, verbal, and mental abuse. And that's really what it is on both sides. Whether they want to admit it or not, it on both sides. So, but that doesn't take away from the fact that you loved this person at one point. It just means that you have to step away from this person for now and maybe forever. But the thing that people don't talk about, and this is why I'm saying, like, you know, how to get over your ex or whatever. The thing that people don't talk about is how hard it is to remove your attachment from somebody that your soul literally yearns for. And, you know, somebody can break up with you. People can tell you, oh, I hated them anyway. People can tell you, you know, you're better off like this. People can tell you whatever you want, whatever they want. You can tell yourself whatever you want, but that doesn't stop you from feeling the way that you feel at the end of the day. It distracts you. It may stop your feeling in the moment, but when you bear a connection with somebody, that connection is damn near lifelong, whether you like it or not. And that's why I said earlier, you get over wanting to be with somebody. You get over wanting to see somebody all the time. You get over wanting to be all up in their face, be in their space. But you do not get over loving somebody, or you didn't love them in the first place.
Hey, boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no.
And that's just real rap. But one way that you don't get over, your ex, is by stalking them. You cannot get over somebody by watching what they're doing still behind closed doors. Oh, I don't care about them in real life, but I care about what they're doing on social media. I don't care if they have a new boyfriend or girlfriend in real life, but I care if they followed a new girl or boy on social media. I don't care, and you see where I'm going with this. A lot of people say that they don't care or they're over it, but then you still hear that they're talking about you, or you're still talking about it. I thought you didn't care. That's what I thought you said. Now let me offer this as a rebuttal. Focus on yourself. Watch what you're doing. Watch your surroundings. Tend and mend to your heart. Why are you worried about your ex of 3 months ago talking to a new girl or a new boy? It doesn't freaking matter. It just doesn't. It just doesn't, people. I promise you. And you have to, like I said before, you have to learn where to draw the line. You have to understand when affection turns into obsession. You have to understand when trying becomes like pointless. You have to, you just have to understand. I was just having a conversation with my little brother the other day, and he has been going back and forth with his ex for the last 5 years. He's in love with her. I'm pretty sure she was his first everything, if not second or whatever. If he wasn't hers, she was his, whatever. But yeah, but now it's gotten to the point to where he's chasing after her and she isn't really giving him any attention. And she has said cruel and hurtful things over and over again to him. So I guess maybe try to get him to leave her alone, which I get it. But he backs off for a little bit and then he creeps up again. And what I had to tell him from my personal experience in life is that you're young. He's 20, she's 18 or 19. You're young right now. That shit might be cute right now. But when you get to my age and you start doing that shit, it's not cute anymore. Girls do not want you to chase after them. If they say leave them alone, leave them alone. Don't keep texting them. Don't keep making fake numbers, because it's just gonna build the resentment towards you. It's just gonna make you look a certain type of way more and more. You're gonna look more and more weird. You're gonna look more and more like a loser. You're gonna look more and more like whatever standard of guy this girl is putting you into the category of now. After you guys are done, she doesn't remember any of the stuff you did for her. She doesn't remember all the times that you were there for her while she was crying. She only remembers what you're doing to her right now, and she's hating and she's building up resentment for you towards it. And that is just the reality of the world. And the more and more you do stuff, even if her heart starts to pull one day, all of the people around her are disgusted by you. I really miss so-and-so. Should I reach out to them? And they're gonna be like, hell no, girl. Don't you remember when he did this, and this? So that's why no contact is a thing, bro. And that's why people say not to break no contact, because who's gonna be the one to look crazy to try to reach out first, or to try to mend things, or to try to work things out? No, people are just gonna go on to the next person. Nobody wants to stick and work things out. Nobody wants to play the long game with anybody. If it doesn't work right now, then it's never gonna work. And that's just how our generation, my generation, thinks. They're very quick and short with things. Their attention span on people don't last long. We've got TikTok, we have Snapchat, we've had Musical.ly, Vine. Vine was literally 7 seconds long. Some of you guys can't even last 7 seconds in the freaking bed. That's what I'm saying. Bro, our attention spans are so little. So it's like you guys are out here expecting these women to give you so much attention, and their attention is just as short as yours. You know, your attention might be on your girl while you're in her face, but you're looking at other girls on TikTok shaking ass. You're looking at freaking bikini models on Instagram. You know, you're watching the girl who's got a fat ass walk by when you're out in public with your homies. And then now you're wondering why you're single, because your attention wasn't on your girl the whole time. And now that her attention isn't on you anymore, you're freaking out. I never said that you cheated. I never said that you cheated. I'm just saying that you can't expect somebody to have a longer attention span than you. You can't expect somebody to look stupid for however many months. And you can't expect somebody to keep wanting to deal with your bullshit over and over and over again. So if you did something wrong, let it go. Let it go. You have to let the situation go. You have to let things heal. Time eventually does heal all wounds.
Yo, these grapes are crunchy, bro. That's crazy. That's like good. Hold on, let me do a quick little ASMR for you guys. Damn, bro. Look, this shit busting on me, bro. Pause. That's crazy. Juicy grape. Sure. But
Yeah, I don't know, bro. We're out here and we're looking goofy. Men, women, anybody. It's a trend to stalk your ex. It's a trend to still be in love with your ex. It's a trend. So if all of these things are trending, it's a trend to be sad. It's a trend to be a crash out. It's a trend to stalk your ex. It's a trend to not be over your ex. It's a trend to cheat on your boyfriend. It's a trend. Everything is a fucking trend. So how do we expect to get over anything? How do you expect to get over your ex in a day and age where every single post that you look at on TikTok is a post about loving your ex or wanting your ex back or sending your ex anonymous flowers on freaking Valentine's Day? Bro, no, leave them the hell alone. They've moved on with their life. If you guys get an opportunity again later on in life, then that's what was supposed to happen. But continuing to bug somebody over and over again is gonna make them hate you. I promise you, I've done it, and it didn't give me the results that I thought I was gonna get. And the thing is, I told myself after that I would never do that shit again, and guess what? I did it again. And guess what? It yielded me even worse results than the first time. So I felt like freaking Rula in that one video talking about we didn't learn.
We didn't
learn from last time. Yeah, that's my dumbass. So please listen to me when I'm telling you that chasing after somebody isn't going to do anything for you. Wait for them to hit you up. Wait for them to unblock you. Why are you creating 6, 7, 8,
6, 7. I just bit right on the highway.
7, 8, 9 text now numbers to bother somebody just for them to block you over and over and over again to the point that they're done blocking you? They're just gonna call their freaking brother to pull up at your house and beat the shit out of you. Or they're gonna call their sister to come and jump you when you leave work. Leave them alone. That's how you get over somebody. You get over somebody by learning to live without them. You get over somebody. You don't get over somebody by getting under somebody else. You don't get over somebody by getting into a new relationship. You get over somebody by learning to live without them. You get over somebody by eventually coming to peace with what happened to you guys and wishing them the best from the bottom of your heart and meaning it. You get over somebody by wanting them to be as happy as you are in life. That's how you get over your ex. You don't get over your ex by being a weirdo. You don't get over your ex by continuing to text them. You don't get over your ex by running into them in public and anonymously buying them a drink. You don't get over your ex by freaking trying to plot revenge on them. That's not how you get over anything or anybody. That's just not. It's not. you're trying to get used to, so let me just put this into real world terms. You moved to New York and you live in Idaho. You're trying to get used to living in New York, but for some reason you every week keep flying back to Idaho. And then you're wondering why things are so hard for you in New York and why you're so behind, why you feel like you're so behind everybody else around you. But it's because you keep keeping tabs on what's going on in Idaho. Leave Idaho in Idaho and start your life over in New York. Be happy. Find yourself. You don't have to put up with the same shit forever. If you get another chance, though, nobody is gonna want you if you're the same exact way that you were before. They want to see progress. They want to see you loving you, because that's probably the reason that you guys broke up before. People cheat because they don't love themselves. People lie because they don't love themselves. People are mean because they don't love themselves. Everything in life is stemmed from you. You act a certain type of way because you're trying to characterize yourself as being different than who you really are. And whoever this person is, this ex, this person you're not able to get over, whoever they are, they knew you for who you really were. And now you're upset because they couldn't deal with who you really were. And now you can't deal with who you really are because they were the only reason that you were even able to deal with who you really are. And now that they're gone, you have no sense of self anymore. I'm sorry, but it's true. And a lot of us have the freaking game messed up because we think that we think that moving on to the next person and the next person and the next person that shows us better love, more love, whatever, is going to make us forget about what someone else did for us in the past. Forgetting that you wouldn't be the way that you are right now if you never met that person. Let me say that again. You would not be who or what you are if you did not meet that person. So, telling somebody that your life got 10 times better without them in it doesn't mean anything, because whether your life got better or worse, it would have been completely different had you not met that person. I literally could give real world examples, but I'm not going to because I don't want to piss anybody off. And I don't know who watches these videos. So, I'm just gonna keep it very political and I'm gonna keep it very broad. But all I'm saying is, I'm not even... It's not easy, guys. It's not easy. And I'm making it seem like it's easy. I'm like, I get on here and I try to scold you guys as if I'm your older brother or something. And it's because I don't want to see you guys make the same mistakes I did. I don't want to see you freaking blowing up somebody's phone who doesn't want to talk to you. I don't want to see you disrespecting somebody's space by trying to pull up to their house and thinking that freaking playing a boombox is actually cute, bro. It's not. That's stalking. Get off their property. And, it may be like, it might be cute to send somebody anonymous flowers, but maybe you should wait a year after you guys broke up and after you've healed yourself. And if you genuinely feel it in your soul to send them something, then send it and let it be. Don't send it and try to see if they got it. Don't send it with the intentions or the, ultimatum of them hitting you up. Don't do anything for any other reason than you just wanted to. Because once you start putting ultimatums on things, you become a freaking manipulator. You become somebody who is obsessed with control. You want to control this person. You want to control their feelings towards you. Let them feel how they feel. And if they change the way they feel, then good for you. If they don't change the way they feel, then good for you. You need to look at everything in life as a positive outcome. That was supposed to happen. We were supposed to meet, and we were also supposed to break up. I was supposed to learn that lesson from that relationship. I was supposed to cry for 7 days after we broke up. Think of everything as being what you're supposed to do to get to the next step. Because if you don't, you're going to allow yourself to rot. You're going to allow yourself to hate life. You're going to allow yourself to never trust again. You're going to allow yourself to never want to be in a relationship again. You're going to allow yourself to keep talking about this person, keep obsessing over this person, keep on hating. Why do we want to have hate in our heart? Why? I don't. That's why I don't talk about shit. And a lot of people look at it as me hiding things. And yes, in certain situations, I do hide information. But I see it as being beneficial to the overall outcome of the situation. Because if I were to tell you every single little detail about my life, every single little emotion that I feel, every single little everything, I don't think that you would still look at me the same. Like, I don't think you would look at me the same, and I don't think you would think about me the same, whether that's good or bad. And I don't even want to get that analytical with you, so I'd rather just not tell you. I don't need to tell you that I didn't eat today. I don't need to tell you that I haven't showered in a week. I don't need to tell you, and I'm not saying these are things that I'm doing right now. I literally showered last night, and I'm about to shower after I take this video. And I'm literally eating grapes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's crazy. But yeah, I don't need to tell anybody that, because 2 weeks from now, when we're in an argument about something stupid, we're having a disagreement about something we saw on TikTok, you're gonna be like, oh, well, your nasty ass doesn't shower. Your anorexic self doesn't even eat. You're depressed at, like, what? Why are you bringing this up right now? Why? Like, we're talking about something completely different, and you're bringing up the fact that I'm depressed as a diss towards me. Ouch. So I'm so hurt. Like, and I don't even know why I'm saying that sarcastically, because that shit actually does hurt. My ex, the one like I told you guys before, I only have one ex. So when I talk about my ex, I'm talking about one person. My ex slept with my friends. And even that didn't hurt as much as this last person telling me that they were embarrassed to be my friend. Huh? Where did that even come from? Because why are you even my friend then? If I'm so mean, you're embarrassed to be around me, I'm a weirdo, all these other things, why do you continue to be around me? You can't say that I force you. I don't force anybody to do anything. I don't hold a gun to anybody's head and be like, hey, be my friend. So I don't have that many friends right now. I told them that they wanted to go. But And that's what I'm saying. People will, oh, I've heard all these things about you and I don't even feel comfortable or I don't feel safe around you. Why are you around me then? You like the thrill? You like the adrenaline rush? What is it? Because I'm not forcing anybody to stay around me. But I will try my damnedest to keep somebody around that I care about. And before in my life, I would say, oh, I don't care how crazy I look. I'm still sending the text message. I'm not doing that anymore. Because that type of behavior isn't respected. Because at that point, you're pushing someone's boundaries. You're disrespecting their boundaries. You're causing somebody to be a type of way or to say things like to you that they never wanted to say in the first place. If you never would have texted them for the 48,000th time on the 3800th freaking text now number, then they never would have said that you were the biggest dickhead that they've ever met in their life and they regret meeting you. They would have just let time go and they would have eventually appreciated the time that you guys spent together, and they would have done what you should be doing, and that is realizing that things happen for a reason and you have no control over it. And thinking that you have control over it is the biggest mistake that we make as humans. You do not have control over who comes into your life, and you really don't have control over who leaves out of your life. Because if somebody wants to wake up tomorrow and say that they don't want to be your friend anymore, they have every right to do that. And you have no right to stop them. You could literally have had the perfect friendship for the past 10 years and they could say, I think I've outgrown them. And the best that you can do is wish them luck and send them on their way. Replacing them doesn't work. You can't replace anybody. You can replace a TV. You can replace inanimate objects. If I break this speaker, I could go and find the exact same red JBL Charge 4 speaker. And it would be nicer and it would be prettier and it wouldn't have all the damage or the memories that this speaker has. But I can replace it and it would do the exact same thing that one did. But you cannot replace a person. There are no two of the same people. You will never find that same energy again. You will never feel that same type of love again. You will never get those memories. You can't replace people. No matter how hard you try, no matter what you do, no matter how many people you sleep with, no matter how many dates you go on, you cannot replace somebody. I don't care if they have the same name, the same body build, the same look. You literally pay for all their plastic surgery to look the exact same as that person did, which why would anybody agree to that? But I'm just saying hypothetically, they still won't be the same. And you need to be able to deal with that. Because the only person that you're hurting is you. They don't care anymore. And if they do care anymore, they don't care to say anything anymore. They don't care to keep checking in on you. They don't care what happens in your day-to-day. Someone can care about you without caring about your situation. And I know that sounds fucked up, but it's just true. Nobody has to put up with your shit forever. Nobody has to go through the same thing with you forever. Nobody has to play ping pong and go back and forth about who's worse with you forever. All they have to do is put their freaking paddle down and walk away. And you have to be 100% okay with that. I'm not saying you have to be prepared for it. I'm not trying to say that you have to like it. I'm not trying to say that you even have to agree with it. But you do have to be okay with it. And you do have to learn how to move on. And you also have to learn how to continue living without that person. Because if you don't, what were you living for in the first place? What were you doing with your life before you met that person? The same thing that you can continue doing after that person is gone. Your life doesn't stop because of anybody else. Your life stops because you stop it. Nobody can press the pause or play button on your life but you. You have the remote. So just because they fire an actor from your favorite series doesn't mean that you can't go and watch the newest flick. It may not be the same. It may not feel the same. It may not hit the same. But it's still the same overall franchise. And that's life. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You have to let people be free. We fought way too long and way too hard in this country for freedom. Whether it was freedom from England, freedom from oppression, freedoms from slave owners, freedom. We are literally the land of the free. So why is there so much control in this world? Why do people feel like they need so much control? Why do people have so much control? Why are there people who are feasting and festering for control, more and more control every single day now? And it's gotten so bad to the point that people think that they can control other people. You can't. You cannot make anybody do what they don't want to do. It just is what it is. And if you think that you can, you're on the verge of being a psychopath. And if you don't learn to be more empathetic or more, just empathetic, nobody's gonna want to be around you anymore because you're gonna turn into a jackass. And, instead of doing this long, drawn out process that I've been explaining to you guys, you can lie. You can lie to yourself. You can tell yourself that you're okay day after day. You can tell everybody else that you're okay day after day. You can be angry with your ex. You can hate them. You can whatever. But I personally am no longer doing that. She didn't want me to do that. She didn't want me to lie anymore, and she didn't want me to be angry anymore. So I'm learning to be honest. And it's hard. It's hard for me to be honest sometimes. It's hard for somebody to have the biggest smile on their face and the most sincerity in their heart and asking me, hey, how are you doing? And I have to tell them honestly that I'm not doing that great. I hate doing that. That's why for so many years I lied about it. That's why I don't let people into stuff. But that was also one of my biggest downfalls. So I'm not doing that anymore. And I could build up hatred. I could continue to talk down on somebody. I could continue to stalk their social media pages, see if they have a new boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. I don't care. And it's not that I don't care. I care more about my sanity than I care about trying to be petty. What does that do for me? What does me being angry do for me or anybody else around me? Nothing. What does me stalking their social media pages do for me except for make me angry? Nothing. What does? Nothing. Nothing. That is the answer. Every time you should come back to is nothing. It doesn't do anything for you. So don't do it. Texting them over and over again. What does it do for you? Nothing. So don't do it. Getting your 7th text now number to say some dumb shit over and over, to say some more dumb shit. What is that going to do for you? Nothing. So don't do it. You get my drift? Just don't do it. Just don't.
So good. So good and tasty.
And if you really love somebody, and you really want another chance with them, the only thing that you can do is improve on the things within yourself that caused you guys to break up in the first place. Give it time and reapproach the situation with a brand new head, a brand new attitude, a brand new energy. Because then, once everything is new and once everything is settled down, you have the opportunity to fall in love with somebody all over again. You have the opportunity to learn all of the things about this person that you weren't around for. But if somebody doesn't want you, or if you didn't want somebody in a current moment, chances are you're not gonna want them in a couple months either, or a couple weeks, or a couple days. Shit like this takes years. And if it bothers you to wait for somebody for a couple years, then don't do it. But if you still feel the same way about somebody and it's been 1, 2, 3 years, try to reach out. But you can't get upset with them if they don't want you anymore. You have to be okay with it. You tried, you struck out. But if you try and you succeed, hey, good for you. I've heard of love stories like that. You know, people break up, they get angry with each other, they run into each other. 3 years later in the mall, they hit it off. It's love at first sight. They get married within the first 2 years of their brand new relationship, and everything's amazing, and it's history. Shit like that doesn't just happen in the movies. It happens in real life too. But you have to give it time. You have to be patient, and you have to allow somebody space, bro. You cannot be breathing down somebody's neck, trying to force them to forgive you, force them to forget about all the shitty things you did to them, like, you can't force anything, bro. People aren't dogs. We don't bark on command. We don't jump, sit, freaking wag our tails. Like, we don't do that. So trying to get somebody to do that is really inhumane and very condescending. Honestly, like, you start to become disrespectful at a certain point. And you're not just disrespecting that person, you're disrespecting their freedom of humanity. And those are things that I had to learn slowly. Those are things I had to realize, that the things that I've been through, I deserved to go through. And I needed to go through those things at the same time to advance my mind, my frame of thinking. Because if not, I was going to stay in that same vicious cycle for the rest of my life. So whether I liked it or not, whether I was okay with it or not, whether I liked it or not, whether I agreed with it or not, whether I accepted it or not, I have learned to be okay with it. And that's the best thing that I've learned in my entire life. Learning to be okay with anything. You don't want to be my friend anymore? Okay. You don't want to be in my life anymore? Okay. That job doesn't want me back? Okay. Because what I've learned about me is that I'm going to upgrade every single time. I'm not saying that I'm replacing anybody, because, like I said before, you cannot replace people. But you can upgrade your situation to have an upgraded sense of life. Because it doesn't matter. A lot of people will go around and say, oh, I upgraded because my new bitch is better than my older bitch. Okay, cool. Does she still cook for you? Does she clean for you? Does she love you? Does she freaking rub your back? Is she a hard-working woman? Is she driven? No, she's just a OnlyFans model with a face and an ass. And you're saying that you upgraded. All right? Good for you, buddy. I don't see that as an upgrade. I don't think you can upgrade from a person. I think you can upgrade yourself to put you in a different caliber of women, but you cannot upgrade from a person. People aren't phones. You don't trade somebody in and get the newest edition. What is wrong with people? Seriously. Like, I'm not the most sane. You know, there's hella people out there that could probably tell you hella different types of stories about me. But I do know simple respect, and I feel like there's a lot of disrespect when it comes to relationships in today's generation. And it low-key makes me sick, because that shit is influential, and it starts to manipulate you and trick your brain into thinking that saying that type of stuff or doing that type of stuff or being that way is okay, when it's not. It's not funny. It's not cute. It's not a trend. Only stuff on the internet is a trend. But when you realize you see crazy people doing that trendy shit in real life, and they end up in prison. You know, the local crash out freaking ends up in jail because he stabbed his girlfriend to death. Crashing out isn't cute anymore. You know, girl's ex-boyfriend texted her a long message about how much he loved her while she just had sex with another man, and it made her regret everything, and she went and jumped off the local bridge. Oh, stalking somebody, texting somebody isn't cute anymore. You scroll on their TikTok page and you see that he's with a new girl. Oh, stalking somebody isn't cute anymore. Like you see what I'm saying? There's always going to be a rebuttal. There's always going to be an issue with you trying to do something or fit in or be a certain type of way just because the internet said that you can be that way. The internet is satire. Everything that you see on the internet is manipulated, and that person, being a content creator, I've realized that posting online takes a lot of confidence. And every person might not do this, but I have connected with a lot of different creators now that say that they have very similar processes to me. And I literally watch my content at least 5 to 6 times before I post it to make sure that I'm sure of it. Why? Because I don't want anything to ever come back on me that I'll regret. And I'm pretty sure most other content creators do that as well. So whatever somebody puts out, whatever you see online, has been carefully curated to make you think of whatever way that you're gonna think about that person, whatever way they want you to think about them. That person, like whoever, that your favorite creator could be nothing like that in real life, but they've built that character or they built that persona for you to see in a video. And so many people take that shit to heart. They leave hate comments, they leave their opinion. They don't care. They do not care about your opinion because they've already carefully thought about it and they're okay with it. So as long as they're okay with it, it doesn't matter if anybody else is okay with it because it's their life, their content, and their career. Simple as that. I didn't mean to get all preachy on you guys. I feel very passionate about this topic, and honestly about every topic that I talk about on this channel. And you know, there are certain ones that I'll do a little bit of research on to try to give you guys a little bit better advice. But I feel like I have great advice when it comes to this, because I've been through not many situations, but I've been through very deep situations. I've had very deep connections with people, and I've had to learn a lot about myself going through those situations, because there were points in my life that I thought I couldn't do it without them. And now I'm realizing that I can do it without anybody. I can do it by my damn self, because that's what I believe that I can be. But they couldn't do it for me. And if I would have stayed in their lives, or if I would have kept doing the same thing, I would have kept feeling the same way. I would have never started my YouTube. I would have never learned to start loving myself. I would have never started going to the gym. There's just so many things I wouldn't have done for myself because I was continuing to do for others. So I'm glad, and I don't regret anything. I don't regret any relationship. I don't regret anybody I've met in this life. I love them all. No matter what happened, I have no bad blood, no revenge. Like I said in my other video, I literally made that poem, and that poem wasn't just about one person. That poem was about every single person that used to be in my life that's not in my life anymore. No revenge, because I have learned that I appreciate you, whoever you guys are, for who you were and what lesson you taught me. And that's the best that I have to give. But this video's ran long. I don't know how many of you guys are gonna watch this. If you stay to the end, comment down below, N gang or something. I don't know, bro. Mad Micah, Mighty Micahs, or I don't know, bro. Comment something. I love you guys. Make sure that you leave a like, comment, subscribe. It's been your boy. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.